Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You may notice we're in a different part of the bus today. Normally I am filming up there in front of the windshield. Today we are in the very back of the bus, and that is because today I am filming my very first vlog and I'm taking y'all with me. As you may know, I have a TikTok, and on that TikTok I do a lot of updating. I show y'all what I do, but all of that is in past tense. I do a lot of voiceovers and show you what I did for the day instead of taking y'all through the day with me. So my YouTube channel is really going to be focused on education and showing y'all the build that I'm working on. I mean, I'm building a school bus. These are memories in the making. So I'm filming this not only for y'all, but also for me. So let's get started. Today I have a long list of things I want to do, and y'all are coming with me, so let's go. So the past few days I've focused on attaching these pieces of sheet metal to like different holes. So I have a hole that was there, and now I want to clean up all of these edges because you can see they're kind of sharp, and as well as just like sealing off the floor so no water gets through when the ground picks up the water. So I want to seal up all those edges and any holes in the floor, leftover holes, with this flashing tape. So I'm cleaning off the floor now, prepping it for this tape. Then I need to heat the tape up because the tar is no longer sticky, so I need to heat that up, and then I can move on to the next thing for the day. So I got my soap water, a rag, and I'm just cleaning off the edges so that I can apply the tape without any kind of rubbish underneath it. And I have some holes in the floor I'm doing this to as well. So I just finished up cleaning all of the spots that I want to put the tape over, so now I'm just going to give it about maybe 5 minutes to dry. So I figured while I'm waiting for this to dry, I'll tell you everything I want to get done today. So I want to finish sealing all of the little tiny holes that I might have missed. I want to finish sealing up all of the trims of the sheet metal that I cut. I want to finish, I want to frame out the door for my side door that I'll be cutting in a few days. I want to frame out the door. I finally learned how to use a jigsaw, so I'm taking y'all with me, which is kind of the main reason why I wanted to start this whole vlog today, because this is like a huge step in the build for me. At least it feels like, because I'm finally building something. I'm not just like prepping. I'm not just cleaning or sealing leaks in windows. I'm actually going to be able to create something with my head and my hands, so that's super exciting. We'll see how that goes. Y'all are gonna find out any minute. I'm gonna be finding out in probably the next hour or two how that goes. And then I also I'll show you, I want to cut up this piece of wood behind the driver's seat, as well as seal any rust that might be under there, as well as these little spots of rust right here, which aren't like really a big deal, but you know, I have some leftover OSFO. And then if I still have time left over after that, I'm going to remove that top beam right there so that I can see where the leaks are coming from, because that is the only spot that I believe is still leaking in my bus. Okay, so I forgot that I had just cleaned up a bunch of these holes in the floor. So when I was walking from the front to the back, I just like stepped over all the holes I just cleaned. So I'm gonna do that again because I want to do it right. So I'm gonna wait another 5 minutes before I start sealing everything off. And that's how you turn a non-sticky piece of tape into something that will stick again. So I'm going to do that for the rest of these little holes around here, as well as all the seams, and then I'll get back to y'all. If you do this method, just make sure that you're prepared to wear gloves if you need to, because it can get hot very fast, as you are literally heating up tar and aluminum with a heat gun. This is a super good tip if you are, man, it's hot. Okay, maybe I should just get my gloves. Oh, God. Okay, so this is a good tip if you are doing your demolition and you're ready to lay the subfloor down in the winter and you still want to use tape. When it gets cold, this tape doesn't really, like, it loses its stickiness. It's a lot better to do this with heat. So use your heat gun and boom, Bob's your uncle. And if you're wondering where all of these stains are from my sleeve, it's from doing this previously, because sometimes the tar will slip from underneath the tape, and it gets you real good. It starts doing like the worm when it's ready to go. That's how you know when you can start patting it down. And the adhesive is ready to go, because it starts going, it starts wiggling. So yeah, that's not going anywhere at all. Oh, the tar got me. The tar got me. When this stuff touches your skin, ooh, child. Ooh, child. I look so interesting from this angle. Okay. See, it has a little stick to it, the fact that it's even holding up there, but it won't stay there for long unless I... Okay, so it started out as a 7-8 hour day. Now only has 2 hours left in the day, and I've only completed one task. All the holes in the back of the floor are officially sealed up. This took about maybe an hour and a half. I still have this project, but I consider that something else. That took about an hour and a half. Most of that time was actually me trying to figure out how to set up this camera for y'all. And then I also filmed like a TikTok or two. So yes, filming these does takes time, but it is worth it to me. Now I'm gonna move on to the front of the bus and start ripping out this floor. So let's go. So the same method I used for this square front, I will be doing right here. I have my Dremel, my Jackery, and a whole lot of willpower, so let's go. So this part gets a little bit confusing because, as you can see, the seat belts are bolted right here, which is why I never took this out to begin with. But I've actually recently decided that I'm just going to cut around those bolts because I don't think I can access them from underneath my bus. Like, I think something is actually covering that part where I would be able to re-bolt them, and I would hate to unbolt them and not be able to reattach them in the same place because they're obviously there for a reason. And I'm no expert. I just want to do things the right way within my means. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm cleaning out the area, prepping the spot so that I can start cutting it. And I noticed I have these holes right here, so it looks like I am not done with that tape today, but it's a good thing I didn't use all of it like I was originally planning to, because there are some holes that need to be sealed here. And with that being said, let's get started because I've been doing a whole lot of talking and not enough cutting. And if this goes anything like the one I cut up in the front, this might take a while, so let's go. Sure, using the Dremel is super slow, super annoying, super tedious, and it'd be a lot easier if I just took a circular saw or a jigsaw to it. But the one plus positive to this is that it smells like a bonfire in here because I'm literally burning the wood because the oscillating tool is so slow. 100% recommend though. You know, it gets the job done very nicely, just not fast. Okay, I'm gonna get back to work now, but thought I'd share my 2 cents. So right now I'm cutting all around this just so that the bolt to the chair stays in place. I'll also be doing the same to this one. So the trickiest part about this right now is this strap right here. I have to cut around the strap and make sure that this blade does not get caught on this strap, or else I lose that seat belt that's securing the chair. I already knew this was going to be annoying, but now it's a little bit more difficult than I was anticipating. But it's okay, I'm going to get it done. Okay, I'm taking a break because my Dremel is like extremely hot. I'm going to let that cool down for like 5 minutes, then get back into it. Right now, I think I'm going to go get the vacuum. I'm not going to vacuum yet, but once I'm done, I'm definitely going to need the vacuum. Because as you can see, cutting up this wood makes a lot of a mess. So yeah, I'm gonna let that rest for now, and I'm going to go get the vacuum so I can vacuum all that mess up. Okay, y'all, so the Dremel is pretty much tuckered out. Like, you know, it's going, but it's not keeping up with the pace I needed to. So I've cut pretty much everywhere I need to along the lines. Now I'm going to get my little mini crowbar and see what I can get up. And if there's anything else left or, you know, lagging around, then I'll just cut that again with the Dremel. And it should be a lot less tedious for the Dremel and me. Because I feel like I've cut enough to be able to start prying it up. So we're going to try that out now. Okay, so this isn't coming up because I still need to cut a line right here. But let's see about over. Oh, never mind. I need to cut another line right there. Okay, so this wood wants to come up. I just wasn't thinking where I had cut. And I basically need to cut a line here and here to get this wood up. Okay, Dremel. One last time, George Washington's going. Okay, so I just cut all the lines that I need to, and now I'll be able to start pulling up this plywood. So take 2 of plywood removal. And action, take 2. If I can find, okay, here we go. This is gonna work. I'm not even worried. Maybe I should be. Maybe I should be worried. Okay, so it's gonna work. I just have to get my bigger crowbar. My mini one isn't gonna work this time. I'm like kind of pooped, y'all. I'm gonna take a second. The sun is like shining right on me as I'm trying to work up front, so I've escaped to the back where there is the only place with a no window so I can sit in the shade for just a moment. Oh my goodness. I am like actually like kind of pooped. I think you can even see like my face starting to sweat. I don't know where my extra crowbar or like the big crowbar is. It's usually back here, but if you can't tell, the bus is just so organized. I know, it's impressive. But I think this is gonna work. I honestly refuse to use that little Dremel anymore. Like, my hands are on fire, the Dremel is on fire, and honestly, if I keep using it, my jackery could catch on fire. Like, that thing is heating up. Okay, enough talking. I need to go get this done so that I can start working on the door. Honestly, today's going good. Today's going good. Wouldn't you think so? Don't you think today's going good? Okay, so I have found my bigger crowbar, and it seems to be working. I think this is it. I'm going to pull up this middle piece. Well, I pulled up part of it. Oh yeah, I forgot about the nails, but this isn't all of it, but you know, we're off to a good start. You can see some of this wood molded. And you know, there's a little bit of surface rust under there, but that's fine. I plan on osfoing this all tonight, so we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna try the second portion now, which is back here, which you can really see, but believe me, it's here. Oh. Crowbar almost tried to come from my hand. Honestly, this wood is giving me flashbacks to Demolishing. Woo! Oh my lord. I have to be careful for that cooling line over there. It is not coming up in one big pretty piece like it did for the square in the front. Oh, I'm getting tired. I'm getting exhausted. The sun is like, yeah, sure, maybe we'll make an appearance while you're sweating. Okay. Ooh, my dad just pulled in. Go, muscles, go. Okay. I'm not gonna have him help me with this unless he like comes and volunteers, but this isn't anything I can't handle on my own. Okay, so I was able to remove the last big piece, and this is what was underneath it. That looks like a hole. Like, it looks like the floor was welded here, and they just stopped welding right there. Like, it just looks like a gap in the paneling. On top of that, you know, there's some obvious rust going on. Certainly not a huge deal. That's all surface rust, thank goodness. If I saw a rust hole, I probably would have been like very concerned, but that's nothing, just surface rust. So I'm gonna finish removing all of this wood, sand it down, spray some OSPO tonight. I don't know if I'm getting to the door anymore like I wanted. So I've just been digging under here. Those pieces are like old rubber pieces that I just like scraped up. I was able to even go deeper in that hole back there. But I was concerned until I remembered that right here was one of like my biggest leaks until I fixed it. So I'm not too concerned anymore. That rust should be long gone once I'm done with the OSPO treatment. I did panic for a second, but I'm fine now. I'm like, oh my goodness, rust. Yeah, that's what happens when there's a giant leak for over 17 years. It could have been a lot worse, girl, okay? Could have been a lot worse. So I'm taking what I can get. So as you can see, whoever welded this floor just like skipped some spots. I guess it wasn't important to them that my whole floor be connected. I have some rust here. It's just some surface rust. Doesn't seem too concerning or like it goes that far under the seat. I honestly think the rust is just from this gaping hole. And I just pulled up that piece right there, as you saw. So I just have to work on getting those pieces up. Okay, so this is what we're working with. All surface rust, some more than others. I'm going to use the Dremel to cut around there, just those remaining pieces of wood. I have a giant pile of wood over here that I'll sweep up later. So since I already have all of this up and I do have maybe a little bit more rust than I was expecting, I'm going to sand off this rust before I vacuum everything. Once I sand it, then I'm going to spray everything down with the OSPO so that tomorrow evening I could come out here and spray paint it. So that's what we're working with. I don't know if I'm going to have time for the door today. I still got a lot done. Like, I can't even be mad. I also like downed a whole plate of sushi, so that wasn't part of the itinerary. Can y'all even see my eyes? It's all foggy in there. But yeah, I mean, this is why it's so important to take your bus apart. You never know what is lurking underneath there. Because as you can see, my bus isn't even fully attached at the floor. Now, I'm not that mad because, you know, it's been hanging on. Like, it's doing a fine job. I'm just going to tape those pieces up with the flashing tape like I do for all these holes right here. Just because I feel like a lot of that rust is coming from the ground, those holes. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Also, I have one screw sticking out the floor that I'm about to yank up. I think it's the very last screw to yank throughout this whole entire build. And this is honestly one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to film it. We're going to cry together because this is a touching moment. There she is, y'all. The very last screw that I have to yank in my Skoolie build. Okay, I know you're probably confused, like, girl, why are we in vertical right now? Because I wanted to capture the whole moment. I feel like I wouldn't have been able to get all of this with horizontal. Y'all ready? There she blows. Very last nail in the school bus. Do we hang it up? What do y'all think? Do we hang it up? Psych! I don't know. What do I look like hanging up a nail? I hated Demolition. I'm so happy that's over with. May she rest in peace. Okay, so now that all of that is over with, I am looking for like the little wire brush that I use to sand off all of that surface rust so that I can prep it for the OSPO. Oh Lord, my phone is all covered in rust dust, but this stuff works great. Oh my goodness, it's kind of fun doing this when you don't have a lot of it to do. I'm not gonna record anymore because the dust is going everywhere. But this is what we're working with now. Y'all remember what it looked like before? If you don't, just rewind 5 seconds. That's all the dust that's going everywhere, as well as some just all over me. But yeah, the difference a wire brush will make. And this one, and as you can see, this wire brush is on literally a drill. I don't even need to get out the angle grinder for this. So I really recommend that, especially for people who don't like working with angle grinders. I know they can be pretty scary. So yeah, word to the wise. Okay, so I just spent a few minutes wire brushing that all off. You can see all the rust over there, some of it. I think it turned out pretty good. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Now on to this section, and then that hunk of mess over there. In fact, I'm gonna have to vacuum that out before I can even get the angle brush over there, else I'm gonna just be smoking or inhaling years old's worth of dirt. So, you know, look at it, picture it, because you're about to get a whole new version in 3. Okay, girl. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So it turns out I've been inhaling all of that, which honestly is kind of scary. Really sucks. Like, I can literally taste the metal on my mouth. Oh my god. Is this it for me, y'all? Like I can feel it on my tongue. My garage door is opening. I'm about to go rinse my mouth out and find a better mask. Okay, this is apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna take like a little, spit it back out. Then I'm gonna take a shot of it and try and kill anything that could be living inside of me right now. I'm like horrified. Okay, not that horrified. I need to dilute this. Oh man. Okay, this is my teacup from earlier. I need to dilute this with some water. If you're any sort of professional, healthcare professional, oh my god, what a great day to start vlogging. Oh my god. At first I was just gonna do a shot of lemon, but I decided that I needed something a little stronger. So now I'm gonna dilute this. Just like a baby amount, because that was nasty. I can't believe I used to drink this stuff like nothing. That last one wasn't so bad. I think I diluted it more than I should have. If you're a professional, please let me know what I should do. Oh man, that was horrible. Let me see if I have some of those, any other masks. Okay, I got these. These are like my dad's construction mask that he uses. I'm gonna use this on top of what I already have. Oh god, you see all that dust, all that residue? That's inside of me now. I'm like petrified, absolutely mortified, people. I'm gonna have to do a long Google search after this to see what's gonna happen to me. I should be fine. Honestly, I should be fine, because a lot of people do that and don't even wear masks. I'm fine. I'm literally fine, right? Oh my goodness. I was literally just having a conversation with myself in my head about don't be the example. Like, you never want to be the example. Like, I never want to be the girl who accidentally breathed in rust and died. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to finish this job, though. I'm not risking rust poisoning, if that's even a thing. I'm not risking rust poisoning and not getting the job done. Hopefully I have better protection now. This mask barely fits my face. I'm gonna also pull this over. I am mortified. The reason I felt it was because my tongue felt weird. And then I started tasting metallic taste. So I pulled out my mask, I look in the mirror, and as I'm looking in the mirror, I see some yellow stuff on my teeth. And mind you, I don't have the pearliest of whites, but I do not have those kind of teeth that I saw. Oh, the wind just blew my door closed, which was kind of crazy. I know it was the wind though. It's nothing else. And let me get started. Let me go back to work. That was a horrible relief. Oh, also let me show you where I left off. It's funny because I gave y'all that cute little transition prep. Y'all aren't getting that transition. Y'all aren't, because I almost died. Let's continue. I'll show you what I'm at. It is looking really good though. Kind of not mad at that, that's for sure. But now I'm gonna move over here. Well, actually I need to vacuum this area first. So yeah, I'm gonna start vacuuming and then I'll continue. Okay, so this is my wet vac. There is nothing she can't handle except for large pieces like those. Already have it plugged into my handy dandy Jackery 1000. I feel like this is gonna really calm me down because I'm like so worked up over what just happened. I do not think I'm getting to the door today, but that's okay. Okay, so I just finished sanding down all of that rust. It actually looks really nice. In a very modest opinion of someone who has no clue what rust should look like once it's all done. I just realized I was still wearing my mask. I think it turned out really nice. I got this section under here. The lighting makes it look like there's still a bunch of rust left, but I promise, like, it's all grinded down to the bare metal. So now I'm gonna get my OSFO and start spraying. The sun is already starting to set, so I'm super happy I decided to go with this project first instead of the door project that I was gonna work on, because this is really what's important. My bus is a mess, but I don't feel like working on that today. Today was a little too traumatic to have to worry about some little dust particles flying around. I think I've had enough of that. Can you even hear me talking? So I'm just gonna spray everything down with the rust and call it a day. I mean, where is my OSFO? Hee, never mind, I forgot. I put the OSFO in this, like, chemical bin because I'm horrified of it. Honestly, what I need right now is some OSFO in my system to kill all this rust that I just consumed. Okay, so I've got the OSFO. About to spray this bad boy down and call it a day. Look at this mess I am talking about, y'all. There's still dust all within that. My Jackery has a whole bunch of tangled items. But like I said, I don't want to work on that today. So I'm just going to finish this up. The sun's going down. Maybe, just maybe, I might find the energy to start working on the door. If not, who cares? Okay. Gonna go spray this OSFO. Okie dokie, the floor is all cleaned. The OSFO is ready to go. I'm about to spray it down. I don't know if I'm gonna call it a night yet, but you know before I do, so let's start. Almost forgot I have to do that to the nozzle. Why isn't this working? Okay, now we'll get a good spray going. There we go. I don't want it to be like, I want it to be almost like a mess. Okay, I just sprayed the OSFO down. You can already hear it starting to sizzle. You can see it starting to react a little bit. I had to put a towel because the bus is on the incline. I don't want it to drip on the rest of my floor. But yeah, that was the quickest thing we've done all day. Hopefully that works like it's supposed to. Either tomorrow or the next day I'll come out here and spray paint it and seal up this rust. You can see the lighting in here is drastically changing very fast. I got 2 out of the 4 things I wanted to get done today. Will I complete a third? Let's try. We're gonna try to see what I can do. Okay, so I just finished up locking up the school bus. I have everything I need. My Jackery, even though it's kind of on a low percentage, I can just hook it up to one of the wall outlets. The 2x10s that I'll be cutting into to frame this trim, my measuring tape, and my jigsaw and stuff is all that over there. I am exhausted but excited and I'm having fun. So I'm going to take maybe like a 10-minute break, Google what inhaling rust does to you, and then I'll be back out. So now I'm in here. It's about 8:20 at night. I actually don't want to start cutting with the jigsaw this late at nighttime, courtesy to my neighbors, or courtesy for my neighbors. So I'm just going to sketch out the trim onto my 2x10s. So now that I figured out how far the distance is between these wooden planks and the beam to fit inside of the door, I just need to trace that out. Now everything isn't actually square right now, so I'm just gonna call it quits tonight. I thought I'd show you guys the idea for the next vlog. The idea, I'm gonna show you all the idea at least. So I'm gonna have a 2x4 here, a 1x4 there, cut off the excess there, and then just piece together the wood to create the door. And right here on this inner trim is where I'm going to be cutting out the space for the window, and it'll be very simple from there. An easy way to have also done this would have been to just get some plywood and cut, so that I didn't have to piece things together, but we all know the prices of plywood is insane right now, so this is what I'm working with. So yes, this is like very exciting. Cutting this is going to be a lot of fun, however, I will not be doing that today. So I'm calling it a day. My dad ordered us Domino's, so I'm gonna go eat. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow me on all my social media so that you can get all the content, all the updates. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna try and start daily vlogging every time I'm out in the bus so that I can take y'all with me in real time, because let's be honest, if I wasn't recording this right now, y'all probably would have never known I'm at a risk for rust poisoning. Because it wouldn't have ended up on my TikTok. Because when I do those voiceovers, it's hard to include every single detail I want to, and when you film so many voiceovers, you just get tired. So yeah, thanks so much. Bye.